start with some questions for Sam.
Impressive on both sides of the ball, Sam. How satisfying was it for you to open the season like this?
I think it's big for us. I think, anytime that you can start the season, with a win at home in front of our crowd, and play the way we did tonight, really complimentary football. I think, our defense did a great job of keeping them out of the end zone. And then offensively, we were able to put some points up. And, it's something we've been talking about all season long is really finishing games. And, I thought we did that tonight.
So game plan to go more vertical, or was it just a matter of it was working so you just kept going to it?
Yeah, I think, we had some shots in the game plan, but, it was like we kind of felt them out in the first quarter and then, saw some looks that we felt like we could take advantage of. And, our guys outside just did a great job of getting open, beating man-to-man coverage, finding soft spots in the zones. And, we were able to create some explosive plays just kind of based on, what we saw early in the game.
You were taking some pretty deep shots there, even when you were under pressure. What were you seeing as far as their scheme that was giving you that confidence to be able to, air it out pretty deep?
Like I said, I think early in the game we really weren't sure what to expect, given it being, the first game of the year. And, I think kind of once we got settled in and figured out how they were going to try, to stop us, we felt like we had some good beaters up, for their man, for their two deep stuff. And, our guys up front played great tonight. They really kept me clean all night long. They gave me plenty of time to really sit back there, and evaluate things and find the open receiver. And then they did a great job, in the run game, especially at the end of the game, to be able to finish it the way they did. So, I think a lot of it honestly started up front. Our guys up front played great. They gave me time. When I've got time to sit back there and kind of evaluate things, I've got all the confidence in the world that our guys outside are going to win.
What did you see from them in the huddle, Sam? Were they pretty reserved? You could tell they were getting fired up after starting to build some gains and confidence.
Yeah, I think, like I've said, really all season long or all off season, in the building we feel great about those guys up front. We've seen it during OTAs, we've seen it during training camp. I know we didn't play great as an offense during the preseason games, but, we've seen what we're capable of doing. And, I think those guys came out tonight. I think we had a good week of preparation. Like I said, we weren't really sure, what to expect. So, we talked a lot about just playing by rule, and just making sure that we were on the same page. And those guys up front, they did a great job all week, just making sure that they were prepared. And I think it showed in the way they played tonight. They played fast. They played confident. We were in and out of the huddle. I thought the tempo was great tonight. We were getting to the line early. And, I think we put pressure on them.
Hey, Sam, how pivotal was that drive right before halftime when you guys go like 90 yards down the field? And as an extension to that, what were you thinking when he's calling timeouts on those first couple of downs?
Obviously, when we got the ball back there, the first goal was just, to get it out of there and get a first down and flip the field position. But then when they start calling timeouts and giving us a little bit more time, obviously we knew that once we got that first down, we were going into 2 minutes. We were going to try to make something happen. And, again, it's something that, we've repped. It's something that we've talked about, into half, into game stuff. We've done a lot of situational work, in OTAs and training camp this year. I thought our guys responded really well. I think going down there, I think it put us up 16-3 or 16-6. I'm not sure. But, going into half, obviously, and knowing we were getting the ball again coming out of half, I think that was a kind of a momentum shifter for us.
Hey, Sam, Adam said there were a couple times on those deeper plays where you made checks at the line of scrimmage. How much did that play into getting that deep game going, being able to change things at the line?
There were a few of them today. One of Adam's deep ones. We saw coverage that we had saw on tape, and honestly, we hoped to played it because, I felt like Adam was a really good matchup in the slot, being able to kind of win either way. But I thought Pat called a great game tonight, and, he had checks. Things for me to get in and out of, and it kind of gave us an opportunity to take advantage of what we were seeing.
Looks like you showed more emotion today than you showed at times last year. Do you agree with that? Have you done that before in your career, or was there something that led to showing a lot of emotion?
Maybe. It wasn't an effort. I don't know. I think, anytime you start the season, I think everyone, there's a lot of emotions just built up inside of you. I think there's a lot of excitement to get out there and to play, and I think you obviously want to go out there and play well, being the first game of the year. And so I think for us to go out there and play the way we did, I think it was just exciting, and it was fun to be a part of that tonight.
Hey, Sam, of all the receivers you've played with in your NFL career, what's the most unique trait about Stephon Diggs?
I think Diggs can do really everything in our offense, which I think is a little bit unique about him. We feel comfortable with him. He's got the speed, to be a vertical threat and run down the field and run goes and run posts. But he's got the quickness to run option routes, to run, some different stuff underneath. We saw early in the game, with him running some drags, coming across the field and outrunning linebackers. And so I think his ability, that allows us to move him kind of all over our formations and use him in different spots, I think that's probably what's unique about Diggs.
Was there anything in particular open up on that 3-play drive? It seemed like that's where you guys started going downfield more.
Yeah. Honestly, I think those couple of plays just kind of got us going. The first play to Thielen was something that, we had seen, in the first couple drives or the first drive, I can't remember. We had seen kind of how they were trying to play that personnel grouping, and we felt good about that. And then I think once that happened, it really just kind of, opened the door a little bit and kind of opened things up for us.
Is Diggs the kind of guy that if you see him single, even if the coverage is pretty good, you're going to throw it up to him just because of the plays that he can make?
Yeah, I think, him and Thielen both really just, from our time together, from last year and then building on that this year, I've got a lot of confidence in those guys, and I've seen them make a lot of plays, whether it be in games, whether it be in training camp. And so both of those guys, if they're singled, there's a good chance I'm probably going to throw it their way just because I do feel very confident they're going to go get it.
It doesn't happen very often where people are going to be talking about the offense and how dynamic it looked coming off of a Vikings win. That just hasn't been the case here lately. What does that mean for you to kind of get off to that kind of start and maybe take the edge off of some of the
I think it's always great to come out and play the way we did, being the first game. Like I said, I think there was a lot of talk outside of our building. I know we didn't play great in the preseason games, but we were very confident in the progress that we were making, from OTAs to training camp, the way we were playing. I saw it in our guys every day. And I think tonight, it was really the first time that it translated onto the field. And, I think that we have the capability of doing that on a regular basis. If the guys up front play the way they did, they kept me clean all night. They opened up holes in the run game. It allowed us to use some play action. I thought we were pretty multiple in our looks tonight, going spread, going 22, going 21. So hopefully that's something we can continue to do.
You had the big run at the end of the game, but how vital was Dalvin's ability to opening up everything else that you guys did on offense?
Yeah, Dalvin, I think he went for 127 tonight. First game as a rookie. I should probably be more surprised by that, but I'm probably not, just because of, how talented I think he is and just what we've all seen from him, since he got here. And, you really can't say enough about him to be able to come in and play as many snaps as he did, and just keep pounding, and finally break a few at the end. That last drive was big, to be able to finish the game in victory. I think that says a lot about our offensive line and a lot about him, their willingness to go out there and finish that thing the right way.